there! Welcome to the channel where you will find love, laughs, and DIYs. My name is Crafty Kathy. I'm the owner and creator behind Kids Vintage Farmhouse here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am so happy and thankful that you stopped in to craft and spend some time with me today. I want to show you what I've been working on this week. It's some really easy crafts and spring upcycles. I think you're going to like them. The first one is a spring bunny wreath. Lately, the Dollar Tree has got in all kinds of beautiful spring wreaths and spring decor, and I found this in the farmhouse section where they had all the new farmhouse stuff. It's just a little door hanger wreath type situation, and I wanted to make it my own and upcycle it. So I took my Waverly chalk paint in the color white, and I am going to give this whole thing 2 full coats of the white. Now, you would know that this wouldn't be a Crafty Kathy video unless I was going to do a little decoupage. And I found these Pioneer napkins from Walmart a couple years ago. They're Easter and they're Pioneer Woman. And they have this beautiful bunny rabbit on them. And on 2 sides has a recipe for hot cross buns. I've already got those. But anyways, I'm just going to take a little bit of water on a very thin little paintbrush, and I'm just going to go around the outline of this little bunny and just kind of tear it. You know, my number 1 rule when I'm doing decoupage is we don't like straight lines. It just looks more natural and organic when you tear it off like this instead of it having those harsh lines everywhere. Now, I'm just going to use my Elmer's glue stick to put this down to my little door hanger here. Now, I've got to admit, lately I have really been enjoying using my glue stick in the place of liquid patina or Mod Podge. Because you know napkins are so thin and porous, if you get them wet, they are bound to wrinkle or tear pretty easy. But with the glue stick, you don't really have that problem. You might have a little bit of wrinkling, but if you use some saran wrap and just do the simple little rules that I tell you about, then you're going to have a beautiful decoupage project. Now, there was just a little bit of an overhang down on the bottom there. All I did was wet my paintbrush and get it wet, and it just came right up like a charm. And of course, I want to seal my napkin in, so I use my DIY liquid patina. It's just like Mod Podge, it's just a little bit thinner, and I personally like it better. Now, if you want to try some of this liquid patina, my friend Lori sells it over at www.miltonsdaughter. It's an amazing product. And I know I said that fast, but I'll leave Lori's information in the description box down below in case you want to try some of her products. Now, I had a little bit of wrinkling when I added my patina, which is to be expected. So I pulled out that saran wrap. If you don't want wrinkles, you have to use that saran wrap. And the heat from your fingers almost acts like an iron to iron out all those wrinkles beautifully like a charm. And baby, this sucker was smoother than a baby's butt when I got done. And then I used my new color that I got called Prom Queen. It's by DIY Paint. It's like a baby blue color. It's so pretty, and it matched this napkin perfect. So what I did was just went around my edges, and I only went around them one time because DIY Paint is so thick. It's clay-based. It's an amazing paint, so it only takes 1 coat, and you're good to go. Now, let me tell you about this bead situation. I wanted my beads blue, but I didn't want to take them off there and have to put them back on and all that kind of stuff. So what I did was just added a little bit of the blue on each little bead. And yes, I got messy. I usually do that when I'm crafting. And then I just used a baby wipe and kind of rubbed it around. I almost made it like a stain. It turned out exactly how I wanted it to, and with very minimal effort. That's the way I like it, y'all. Ain't nobody got time for that. Y'all remember that from a few years ago. Lord, I think I'm so funny sometime. But anywho, so then I took my DIY white wax. I'm going to go all the way around my blue here. That's the only thing about the DIY paint is you do have to seal it. And the white wax is one of my favorite ways to seal it because you just put it on, wipe off the excess with the baby wipe, and it makes it lighter and it just gives it this beautiful, it's just pretty. I knew I wanted to put some greenery on my little door hanger wreath. And so what I did was I just pulled off these little sprigs off of a wreath that I had bought at a Dollar General when it was 90% off. I only paid $1 or $2 for this thing. But you could pull out all these little green sprigs and make the most nice little like bouquet. So what I did was butted them up and used a tie wrap to tie them down. I put me some hot glue down and I slapped that baby right on the side because it just looked right in that location. And take note of how nice and professional I am holding this down with my cutters. Y'all, I am on the ball. So then I got it to dry real good. It wasn't holding for me like I wanted it to. So I took a little bit of this pink burlap that I get. It's like a pink burlap ribbon that comes from the Dollar Tree. And if you put that over your glue, it's going to hold that glue and that little bit of floral down the way I need it to. Then I've got some of these beautiful hydrangeas that came from the Dollar Tree. They're a real pretty light muted pink color. And I just pulled about 3 of them off the little sprig that they came on and glued them right down in that area where I had put that little pink burlap ribbon. I still felt like it needed a little bit of something else. And I got these beautiful florals last summer at the Walmart. I don't know what they're called, but they're just this little pink bushel. They're so pretty and they weren't that expensive. I'm going to be on the lookout for those and I wish I would have noticed what the name of them was. But anyways, I just pulled a couple of those little sprigs off and stuck them on the side just for a little added texture, along with my big head. I added 1 or 2 little pieces of baby's breath to complete my look. And then I took some of that pink burlap ribbon that I had used a minute ago. And I just made a simple little bow. It's a figure 8 bow. And then you just pinch it in the middle. And I used my tie wrap to hold it down. And I'm going to tie this right on the opposite side. Now, if you'll notice, I have my flowers kind of catty-cornered. I'm going to go on the opposite side with my bow, and I cut off a little piece to go right around that area in the middle that I just tie wrapped, so you'll never know that I just tie wrapped it. And I'm going to put that sucker right down kind of catty corner right there on my beautiful little wreath. For the love of all things holy, I don't know why I keep calling it a wreath. It's really a door hanger, so let's call it what it is, Kathy, okay? Then I took some of those little Scrabble words that I have. I think I got these off of Amazon a couple years ago or maybe a thrift store. I've had them for so long, but I spelled out the word spring. And then I took 3 more little sprigs of that pink floral that I got from Walmart and put it right beside the word spring because it seemed to go there. Then I took my X-Acto knife and I cut right there on the napkin so that you could see the little lines that go across the little wall hanger. See, there I go again. It's not a wall hanger, Kathy. It's a door hanger. Come on, get it right. But I cut those and I had just a little bit of black paint that I have water added to. It is a black chalkboard paint that I get from the Dollar General. I add water to it. I put a little bit on the end of a paintbrush and I kind of ran it down into those cracks so that they would be accentuated a little bit more. And that's all I did to this door hanger, and I hope you like this one. Let me know what you think.
Tick-tock, the clock keeps ticking. I don't know what I should do, and I wish you would be right here with me. My mind is filled with pictures of when we used to dance, but now I don't know where you are. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost the...
The next one is some Spring Chicks shelf sitters. We're going to need some paint in kind of the color ivory. And I have 4 bowls. They come in 4 from the Dollar Tree. And then I've got some little wood cubes. They also came from the Dollar Tree. Then I've got some different little wood pieces. I have this little egg and bunny that come out every year at the Dollar Tree. And then just 3 little eggs that came off of a decor piece. But I needed some extra eggs, so I just grabbed these. I took my color ivory by Waverly, and I'm going to give these bowls 2 coats on the inside and the outside. I'm also going to be using DIY paint in the color Liquid Sunshine and also Gravel Road. Miss Lori sent me these colors to try out. So what I did was I painted all of my eggs yellow. And I just kind of sanded them down to smooth them out. I painted my bunny head gray. Now, we didn't even end up using the bunny head, but I painted him anyway. And then I got these feathers from Walmart. They were $1.98 for this pack. And I pick out all the yellow ones. We're going to make some little chickies. And then I'm just going to take a little piece of a popsicle stick. And I'm going to glue the feather down and stick the little feather where I think it looks good to be the little chickens, like his little top of his head, his little feathers. And then I'm going to take 2 feathers that's going to be kind of like his little arms, and they're going to be coming out from behind him. All the feathers will be like on the back side of him. Now, I've got my little sponge daubers, or whatever you call these little sponge thingies, and I just put a little bit of black paint on there, and I'm going to make the little eyeballs, basically just stamp it down on each of my little yellow chicks. These turn out so cute, y'all. Then I just take one of my Arteza markers in an orange color, and I'm going to draw upside down triangles, which is going to be the little beak of the chickens. Then the very first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open up my wood blocks. I'm going to put down some glue in the middle of my bowl and glue my little chick down. Put some glue in front of him and put a couple of these little squares down to hold him up. I put 3 on the front and 3 on the back. But as I moved along, I found that 2 in the front and 2 in the back held these little chickens up perfectly. And don't worry, you're not going to see any of these wooden blocks. Then I just take some Easter grass, and of course I got this from Dollar Tree too. I'm going to place it all around my little chicken like he's sitting in grass. And if you'll notice, I did add 1 little block to the very back part. What I'm going to do is set one of the bowls up so it looks like he is just freshly hatching out of his egg. He is coming out, guys. He's ready to go. Then I just took a couple of those little sprigs of that really pretty pink berry looking plant that I got from the Walmart, and I'm just going to stick that down in there so it looks like he has a little bit of like flowers in the grass beside him. And then I'm going to do this to every single one of my chicks. I'm going to glue them down and put 2 of the blocks in the front and 2 in the back. Now, that one chick was the only one that I put the top on. The other 2, since I only had 4 bowls and I wanted 3 chicks, so what I did was just use the 2 bowls, and then that one I added, the top on him. I hope that makes sense. It didn't make much sense to me, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I followed through with the exact routine that I did on that first one. I added grass and I added a couple little sprigs of flowers. And then I'm going to take this little rickrack that I found at the Dollar Tree. Now, I love this one that's yellow. It came in this pack that's right behind my bunny there. My chick. And it has some with chicks on it. Some is just the rickrack and some has pom-poms. But I thought it would be cute to go around the rim of my eggs with these. Now I wanted to do my rickrack in different colors so that they would all have their own little personality. I did one in yellow, one in pink, and then I did one in blue. I went to my Cricut and I made the words "Spring has sprung." And I did this in a purple vinyl that I thought was just a perfect complement to all these beautiful little spring colors. And I'm going to put one word each on the front of the eggs. And then my one little chick that has the top of the egg, I'm going to add rickrack all the way around that one too, just to accent and give it a little bit more of a personality. I also added another little green floral alongside the pink ones because I just felt like it needed something. And I took this little white pen from the Dollar Tree and I made little glistens in their eyes and on their beaks. Then I took a Sharpie. I gave one some eyelashes because it's a girl. And then I went all the way around the top of the chicken and made like little lines just for something added. It just adds a little bit of extra texture, little extra texture, and a little extra interest. Then I took these little black and white buffalo check bows. They're pre-made. I got them off of Amazon at Christmas time. Remember, I used the far out of these at Christmas time. I put one like where it would be up in the hair of the little girl with the eyelashes. And then the two little boys, I put them the little bows on to make it look like bow ties. These are really simple and cute, but they are the sweetest little things. I hope you like them.
I grew up without a scar, just living my life with no big worries. And I've always known what I want, just didn't know what came along. Finding myself a much less happy. Back in the days I used to dream about one day a life so amazing, not everyone judging me.
Guys, y'all know lately I have been trying desperately to get on a schedule and do my videos on Mondays and Thursdays at 6:30. It hasn't been working out for the best, so we may have to switch our days back to Tuesdays and Fridays, but just hang with me. And I wanted to remind you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit that little red subscribe button and become a part of our family here on YouTube. I would love to have you. And if you would, give me a big thumbs up. That's the like button, because it really helps put me out there in front of people who've never seen my videos before. And don't forget to join me on TikTok and Instagram. Now let's get into these bunny sublimated pillowcases. These are so easy. We're just going to sublimate. These are those sublimation prints that I print out on my sublimation printer. Now this one had a little kind of funky edge on it, so I thought, well, we're just going to try it. What I do is I flip my pillows over that I use in my living room, and I have like 2 different seasons on them because nobody's going to know. They go flipping my pillows around, I might scoot them on out of my house. But see, this one has like a 4th of July theme going on the back of it. It was almost like some type of linen. So what you do is you lay your parchment paper, don't use wax paper, use parchment paper, put it down in the center of your pillowcase because you don't want it to stick or anything like that. Then you just lay it down flat. Now I had my iron a little hot. I had it on 390. And I did this for 30 seconds, well, between 30 and 45. Now, I usually go a little bit lower on the temperature because you don't want to fry the thing, but this turned out pretty good. Now, I did have a problem with this one. It made like a rainbow type ordeal here on the very end. That's where I was telling y'all that it had that imperfection, so I thought I would use this sheet. But it's okay. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I just wanted to show y'all, what the sublimation looks like on pillowcases. And this piece didn't come out perfect, but I'm okay with that. I just wanted to show y'all that. And I like to show y'all when I have little mess ups and slip ups, because at least that way you know that we mess up too. We make mistakes, and that's how we learn. We got to help each other out in this community. Now the next one, I did this on a pillowcase that I had bought at Hobby Lobby. It came with a few pieces in there, and I had like a little area on that last one that needed to be ironed. So I learned my lesson and I ironed this one. I always put the part that you zip on the pillowcase on the bottom of my pillowcase. So I laid this little picture down and I put my parchment paper down and I did my 390 for 45 seconds, and she came out gorgeous, y'all. I do sell these sublimation prints in my Etsy store. It's Kathy's Crafty Boutique, and I'll leave the information down below in case you want one. They're already sublimated. You just need a type of iron like I have here, my Cricut press, so that you can put it on whatever project you want to. And that's pretty much all you do is you lay it down face first on the project that you want to put it on. Then you put your parchment paper on it and boom, you iron it on. And look how beautiful she turned out. These are simple and easy, and that's why I love sublimation. I hope you like these. Hey, if y'all stuck with me through this whole video, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thank y'all for having patience as I get all the kinks worked out where I'm trying to do my scheduling. I promise I'm trying to do them on Mondays and Thursdays. It's just not been working out that way. So I will have my next video out as soon as I can. Just be looking in that community tab where I post regularly. And don't forget, I'm going to stick a little bit of clips of Miss Roxy at the back of this video because everybody loves her and everybody's been asking about her. I will see y'all soon. I love you and I hope you have a blessed day. Hello there, little girl. Hello. I love you. You're a beautiful little girl. You're a little messy, though. You got toys all over the place. Yeah. I love you. Look at those beanie eyes. Those beanie eyes are calling out to my soul. They call to me in the middle of the night and say, Mama, please, I love you so much. Look how cute I am, Mom. I mean, I couldn't be any cuter. No. It's not possible for me to be any cuter than this right here. Look at those beanie eyes. But be careful. They will pierce your soul. Yes, they will. They will. I love you so much. Say hi, everybody. I'm a 2-pound twerp, and Mama loves me so much that she lets me chew on her fingers and practice all the steaks that I dream about eating in my sleep. And then I chew her fingers and pretend that that's what they are. I try to bite holes in her fingers, but I haven't done so yet. I will when I get big, I promise. I promise when I get bigger. Look at her hair. Like, in certain lights, she looks bald. But it's because her hair is growing in and it's gray. Or it's not really gray. It's like a blondish brown. Her mama was almost like a white brown, like a cafe mocha. A cafe mocha color. And then she's got these big ears. She says, the better to hear your wish, Mom. When you're opening the bag of chips or whatever that I need to know about. And then she sits and stares into the abyss. But like I said, don't let her look you in the eyes because it will damage your soul. You will never be the same. You will never be the same. I love you so much. A lot of people's been asking about the girls lately. Here they are. Say, here we are. Emo's around here somewhere. She's always hiding. And they're listening to the conversation, trying to figure out what I'm saying while they're eating their corn. They love corn. Look at Miss Minnie. She's fat and fluffy and just beautiful. And Retta's a little bit more... she never lost her feathers this year. They usually lose their feathers. Remember, Minnie had like what looked like a mullet, a chicken mullet going on. But yeah, Loretta never did lose hers, but she's still fluffy, but she's not like she was. But there's the girls. They're my babies. They're my little babies. Yes, they are. If y'all enjoyed this video, I hope that you'll try out the next one here, because I think you'll like it just the same as you did this one. I love you guys. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon.